With all the discoveries experts have made over the years, it is amazing that there is still more to find. Discoveries changed how we understand history, science, and the world around us as a whole. These new discoveries show just how beautiful our planet's history is, and they remind us that there is always more to learn and understand. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we'll be taking a look at 3 recent discoveries. – 2,200-year-old stunning mosaics discovered in ancient Greek city. In 300 BC, a general named Seleucus I Nicator founded a city which he named Seleucia. The Roman Empire conquered the city in 62 BC, and the name was changed to Zeugma. The city was home to around 80,000 people. Though it was between 2 large forces, it was never truly part of either one. The city became a predominant trading centre, and the Sassanids attacked it in AD 253. The villas which had been considered luxurious were ruined, and animals were kept in them for shelter. The people who lived in the city after this did not have proper materials to survive for long. The city of Zeugma, located in modern Gaziantep province, Turkey, caught the attention of archaeologists after they realized it would likely flood because of a nearby dam that was built 20 years ago. Kurtulmuş Gürkay, a professor from Ankara University, excavated the site with his team in order to preserve everything they could. The city had always been known for its unique architecture, especially its mosaics that feature intriguing detail. They discovered 3 of these unique mosaics that dated back to the 2nd century BC. The archaeologists were shocked at how well preserved the glass was and how colourful they still were. One of the mosaics showed the 9 muses, the goddesses of the inspiration of literature, science, and the arts. Another mosaic showed Oceanus, the divine personification of the sea, and his sister Tethys. The 3rd mosaic showed a young man. The mosaics had been used as floors in the building that archaeologists call the House of Muses. Because of these discoveries, they decided that restoration and conservation had to become a priority, including putting a temporary roof over the site. The city had been completely underwater until 2000, when the dam was constructed. Nearly 3,000 houses remain, and at least 25 of them are underwater. Many of the houses have been decorated with mosaics that depicted ancient Greek mythology characters. People liked enjoying looking at these mosaics while socializing in their homes. The archaeologists realized that they were all too important to be destroyed forever. They expect to finish their work in the city in the next few years. A68A Iceberg on a collision path with South Georgia. The largest iceberg in the Southern Ocean is known as A68A. It is 94 miles long and 30 miles wide, and weighs billions of tons. At the beginning of November, satellite imagery discovered that it was getting dangerously close to the British overseas territory of South Georgia. This island has been often called a graveyard for icebergs because of the strong currents and shallow waters. As of November the 5th, it was less than 300 miles from the island. On July 12, 2017, the iceberg broke away from Antarctica's Larsen C ice shelf and began moving throughout the open waters. It passed the Antarctic Peninsula and moved into Iceberg Alley. Over 90% of icebergs move this direction from the Weddell Sea toward the South Atlantic Ocean, according to David Long, a scientist at Brigham Young University. He has explained that most icebergs do not survive moving from the Weddell Sea to South Georgia, but the size of the iceberg A68A has helped it survive even in the warmer waters of the South Atlantic. Satellite missions have been used to track the iceberg ever since it broke away 3 years ago. This iceberg could potentially destroy the whole ecosystem found on the island. Seals and penguins could lose their access to their typical feeding grounds during the time of the year that is crucial for their growth, since they are tending to their pups and chicks. They would have to find new ways to get there that would take longer. This would result in them not making it back in time to feed their young, resulting in them passing away due to starvation. The iceberg is so large that it could be there for many years, causing these animals to become extinct. While ecosystems bounce back all the time, the iceberg could be there for 10 or more years, meaning it would take even longer for these ecosystems to begin returning to normal. This island and those nearby are not only home to millions of seals, but the waters surrounding them are used for migrating whales and many different populations of fish. The iceberg will move across the sea floor, resulting in all marine life being destroyed. Such a massive disturbance in this habitat would take years to recover. While most reports estimate that the iceberg will hit South Georgia, not everyone is sure. Christopher Redinger of the US National Ice Center believes the currents are too unpredictable to accurately guess where the iceberg might go, other than to say that it will probably continue moving northeast over the next several months. David Long agrees with Redinger and believes it could pass by South Georgia. He has explained that if it gets too close to the island, the currents could pull it back toward the island. He predicts that if the iceberg moves past South Georgia, it will start to break up into smaller icebergs. Glaciologist Sue Cook says that it is hard to predict what will happen to the iceberg, and that it all just depends on weather patterns, currents, and even the shape of the iceberg itself. She believes it even has the potential of breaking apart before it ever reaches South Georgia. Egypt unearths new mummies dating back 2,500 years. In the ancient burial grounds of Saqqara, archaeologists made the greatest discovery of the year. They found 40 funeral statues and over 100 painted wooden coffins, some of which still had mummies inside. The coffins date back 2,500 years and have been so well preserved that they are in nearly perfect condition. They likely belonged to very wealthy people. Experts x-rayed one of the mummies, still wrapped in cloth, and determined that it was most likely a male around 40 years old. They also found funeral masks, canopic jars, and amulets. Their findings also provided more knowledge about mummifications from that period of time. Zahi Hawass, an Egyptologist, said that this discovery proves that Saqqara was the main burial site of the 26th dynasty, those that ruled from 600 BC to 525 BC. Saqqara has several burial sites, and many significant archaeological finds have been discovered in the city. Since September, around 140 sealed sarcophagi have been revealed from the area, all containing mummies. Archaeologists expect to continue making new discoveries there as the new year goes by. The discovered artifacts and coffins will soon be on display at museums in Cairo. One of these museums will be the Grand Egyptian Museum, which is now under construction near the Giza pyramids. It should open in the next year, and these newly discovered artifacts are expected to bring many visitors. Experts hope that these discoveries will bring new visitors to Egypt, since tourism has decreased over the past several years due to political turmoil. But what do you make of these fascinating discoveries? Do you think the iceberg will hit South Georgia? Do you believe archaeologists will continue finding new artifacts? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comments section below and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.